Welcome back to another episode on the MLD Ballers page. In today's episode, we're going to be going over Stephen Curry mock trades. All right, so like I said, in today's episode, we're going to be doing something that might be a little wild to y'all, but we're going to be going over Stephen Curry mock trades because I do think it's possible that Stephen Curry in the next year could be the next star on the move, because this Warriors team is not cutting it. To me personally, if I was him, this offseason would have been my limit because it's been almost half a decade since he's had a co-star. And this year it seems like he loves the Golden State if he stays this year. So y'all can't question if he loved it or not because he has no reason to want to be on this team. They're making no moves and they're just a team that could miss the playoffs again. They missed the playoffs and they didn't really do too much. They got better. I'm not gonna lie, they did get better. And Draymond Green, he better not get suspended this time around. But he has so many factors outside of him that matters if he go in the ring or not. That at this level of play that he is at, do you want to stay here? Do you want to stay here? But at the same time, if he does, I wouldn't blame him because team that he's won 4 rings with. But I mean, you could go somewhere else and prove yourself. Prove yourself on the OKC Thunder. This is a team that I think has absolutely no shot at getting Stephen Curry. Actually, it's not that they have absolutely no shot. I said that totally wrong. I think there's no chance that they do it. I don't think this is a move that the OKC Thunder would do. And if they do, they're bold. They're bold. They're bold. But this is a team that they could trade for anyone they want. So I just wanted to mention them off the bat. San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs would be a fun fit. We end the Wemby era with Stephen Curry. I don't know if this is something that they would want to do, but Stephen Curry is someone who's going to fit on every single NBA team and is a top 5 player right now. I think he'll end the season as one of the best players in NBA still. I think Stephen Curry is about to have an all NBA season. Don't think that's he was the second best player on the Olympic team, the third best player. He was a top 3 player on the Olympic team for the USA. We've seen how good Steph Curry still is, and nothing. I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. So him on the Spurs will be fun. Him on the Pelicans will be fun because remember, DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. The whole point of the fit was that Trae Young's like Stephen Curry, right? So DeJounte Murray could play next to Curry, you know? And yeah, you're right. DeJounte Murray could play next to Stephen Curry. So I see no problem there. Zion having that rim pressure would be insane. And Herb and Trey Murphy, you'll figure that out, and you'll have DeJounte Murray starting at shooting guard. That's a crazy team right there. And the Pelicans team would be a contender with Stephen Curry. That would be tough. That would be so tough. And come on with Kevin Looney, because the Pelicans need center play bad. They need center play bad, and they're going to be a team that want to contend. So come with Kevin Looney, give you BI and CJ McCollum, a couple picks too, because you got to pay BI when you do get him, which is a big deal and a big reason why BI just hasn't had a team that's one of him yet. He's a really good player, but somebody got to cough up that money, bag talk. A team that I think will be a very interesting trade is the Utah Jazz. All of the picks that I would want in this trade, it couldn't be accumulated because there are just so many assets that would be needed to complete this trade. But with the amount of trade talks that the Jazz and the Warriors had amongst each other, they have a pretty good feeling on how they feel about each other's players. And what if, they call back like, hey, hey, Curry asked for a trade. Hey, I don't think Curry would want to play in Utah. He doesn't give me that type of vibes. But hey, he could come with Draymond. If he likes Draymond, he could come with Draymond too. And the Warriors will kind of be happy they could clean their hands off of Draymond if they get Curry off the team. And the Jazz would give them a little bit more picks, for because Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry's amazing, and yeah, this trade would be into Utah, which would probably would be the best deal for the Golden State Warriors. But I think Curry is one of the only players in NBA history who will have a chance to ask where he wants to go. Damian Lillard, I had a feeling that he was not gonna just be able to ask where he wants to go, and that's automatically what they're doing. But Curry, I think he could do that. I think he could. I don't know if he will, but Curry, I think he could force himself to the Lakers. I'm not saying that he will. I'm not saying that, it's what I see happening, but it's possible. It's possible, very possible. And he's won 4 rings for this team, you know, and he changed their whole franchise around. Wouldn't be that shocked if he just asked, "Hey, can I go to LA? Or I want to stay in California. Can I just go to LA? Be in a better situation, be around AD, be around LeBron. He just won an Olympic gold medal with them. He probably feels like if he teams up with those guys, he could win a championship. But if he were to go to the Lakers, I mean, their depth is already bad. I mean, talk about worse. That depth would be absolutely nothing. This would literally be the Russell Westbrook trade, but you get a top 5 player. That's the difference. Russell Westbrook trade, you were getting a bench player out of that. This would be similar for what it does to the depth chart. But for Stephen Curry, it's worth it. I wouldn't even lie to you. If I'm a Lakers fan, I know crazy trade, but you're LA. Whenever Curry, LeBron, and AD retire, you just let them ride out. And then you're a Los Angeles team. You just have a lot of cap space, and somebody's gonna want to come and sign. And then you start a new era just like that. But me personally, I would go for Steph Curry, and Lakers fans, let me know how y'all feel. Pretty sure y'all agree with that. A place where I feel like if Curry was to get traded this offseason by surprise, it would be to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I do think that the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Los Angeles Lakers are the only 2 teams that haven't made a move this summer. So if a team makes a move this summer for Stephen Curry out of nowhere, it will be the Golden State Warriors or the Cleveland Cavaliers. But I don't know if it happens. I do love the idea of Stephen Curry going back home to Akron, Ohio. That's a similar story, and he could just finish his GOAT case. I have 5 rings. I got one in my hometown, Akron, Ohio. Next to D. Mitch, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. The idea of the small backcourt will still be a thing, but with Stephen Curry, why not? You feel me? with Stephen Curry, just go ahead and do it. Why not? Why not? Jalen Tyson might be someone that the Cleveland Cavaliers want to keep in this trade. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe you could just throw in. It would be hard for them to keep Jalen Tyson in that trade because Garland, LeVert, and 2 second-round picks, I think, could still get the deal done. Or Garland, LeVert, and picks. Maybe I put in Jalen Tyson to make the money work, but Cleveland letting go of Jalen Tyson, I know he hasn't played a game in the NBA yet, but I think he's pretty good and fits that roster well, and he would fit next to Curry amazingly. Jalen Tyson reminds me of like a Evan Turner type of player, so like he'd fit next to Curry real well. So having that next to Curry would be cool. But if you got to give up Jalen Tyson to get Stephen Curry, you got to do it right. Houston Rockets, another team that would be super exciting, and maybe this is another team that could do it as soon as this summer. Yeah, Steph Curry to Houston. You have Curry, you have Amen, you have Brooks, you have Jabari, you have Sengun. That starting 5 will be tough. That starting 5 would be tough indeed. And then you have Cam Whitmore off the bench. That is so nasty. Artari Eason. You got Steven Adams setting Stephen Curry screens. That is so nasty. This team would be like a great winning situation for Stephen Curry. The best big that he probably would play alongside to in his career. And then you have Jabari Smith, who's probably another one of the best bigs that he's ever played to in his career. Jabari Smith is really, really good, underrated player. And yeah, Stephen Curry would have a great situation over there. And he'd get to mentor a Reed Shepard who plays, I don't want to say like him, but Reed Shepard's the best shooter in the draft. That's what I'll say. Reed Shepard, Jacoby Walter are the best shooters in the 2024 NBA draft, in my opinion. And having one of them next to Stephen Curry will be a real cool thing for the Houston Rockets. The next team, a team that I think Stephen Curry would ask to go to, is the Miami Heat. I would love Steph Curry on the Miami Heat. And while I was making this video, maybe it's just me being delusional. I just made a Steph Curry welcome to the Miami Heat thumbnail. I just got it ready because this is what I know is gonna happen. Like Steph Curry's coming to Miami, and we're gonna win the championship. But Steph Curry deal to Miami on a serious note would have to include Jaime, Hero, Rozier, picks. That's a lot for Steph Curry. And I'm willing to do it. You have Curry, Butler, Bam, Khalil Ware is a nice piece that I think y'all are gonna have to keep an eye out for Miami. And this team is locked and loaded to win the championship. And this Stephen Curry era is over for the Warriors, and they have a real good piece in Tyler Hero, one of the better shooters in the league, and Jaime Jaquez, who I think is really good, and he plays very similar to Jimmy Butler, which is why like Miami and Jimmy Butler, when he doesn't play, they have such a perfect plug and play fit person now because he plays just like Jimmy. And the last team that I can see Steph Curry go to, or the second to last team, I should say, is the Charlotte Hornets. This would just be him going to his hometown, and then Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball, I do think are two really good players. Mark Williams is a good center. Bro, that Hornets team, if they could just dump a bunch of these, bench players and then keep their starting five and just add Curry, they just give up all their future picks though. Like they will zap away their picks. But Curry, this is a team that he'd be willing to retire on, I feel like, because he grew up a Charlotte fan. Curry think these trade rumors are gonna be for like the next year if the Warriors are not winning. And maybe these trades are stuff that could happen next off season, and the progression of a LaMelo and Brandon Miller, who I'm high on, could influence Steph Curry to come here. Wouldn't be shocked on that. And the last team that I don't even know how a package will go with it is the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic, they're gonna make the playoffs this year. So if they do well and Paulo Banchero and Franz keep looking promising, we know that the Magic, the biggest need that they have is shooting. Hey, Curry, what it do? What it do? And then you plug and play Jalen Suggs at shooting guard. Hopefully you can keep Suggs and Wendell Carter. That team will be crazy. Curry, Suggs, Franz, Paulo, Carter. That would be a real nice team. I know they just got KCP, but he's a positive for them. But Steph Curry. But that would be it for me. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and yeah, if you would leave a like, comment, subscribe, that'd be very highly appreciated. I'm currently at 183 subscribers, so that would be very much appreciated if you could like, comment, subscribe. But I'm done begging on the internet. Have a nice day. God bless.